she has trouble understanding.
And she can feel the emotion. No, you talked about something very important 2 seconds ago.
Brushing your eyebrows?
No, your mug.
My ambidextrous mug?
Why would that be important to you? Like, why would you even notice that? Because what hand are you?
Left-handed.
I'm left-handed too.
I know.
Did we have left-handed child? No, it's
No.
right-handed. Huh.
Weird, eh?
What is your worst left-handed? What am I trying to ask? What's the most debilitating
challenging thing about being left-handed?
Yeah. What's the most
dragging your hand through all your writing?
Oh, there is that, yeah.
And so sometimes, like, I would try to write on the other side of the page.
You could call it a disability. What's the hardest part about our disability?
It's not a disability. But
Does it mean the left side of our brain works better than others? I remember.
Oh my goodness.
When my grandma, this is a story that I heard, she got it whipped out of her. They were from Britain, and left-handed people were of the devil.
My grandfather always told me that about my great aunt.
They whipped it out of her.
I don't know if he was telling me that as in, like, it should have been whipped out of me, or just that this was a horrible thing.
We all want to sit at the right hand of Jesus, not the left hand. No, I think that the most debilitating part of this issue, is it an issue? Disorder? What is it?
No,
it's just a preference? It's not a preference. I didn't prefer it. I noticed that I was different in Indonesia. You do not shake hands with your left hand in Indonesia. But as a little child, I was left-handed. I am left-handed. And I would shake people's hands. And they would not shake. You know why?
Yeah, I know.
Because they don't have toilet paper. And the left hand is for your wiping and stuff. Are you resituating?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have to.
No. Oh, really? Sorry.
And then other things that I noticed, scissors especially. Left-handed, right-handed scissors. Can openers.
I can't do this.
Can openers.
I can't do this. I can't do this. We need a do-over. We need to stop.
No,
and I'm sorry.
It's like, wait.
I'm banning. No, I can't do. Talk to the camera.
Just wait.
I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Scissors.
You need to talk to the camera.
Scissors. Can openers.
I'm trying.
Can openers. And ice cream scoops with the clicker. The clacker.
Do you know what I'm struggling with right now? I'm so sorry.
Oh, my garlic. I had shawarma last night.
I just want to throw up.
You know what? I mouthwashed.
I know. I can smell
Literally
it.
8 seconds ago.
It's weird, the garlicky mouthwash.
Have you ever been pulled over by the police or your parents and they asked if you were drinking, but you're chewing Trident bubblegum and Certs, and you're like, no, but you just smell like alcoholic Certs?
Probably. My parents always knew.
Did they care? Did your parents care if you drank?
I didn't drink until
I feel like your parents didn't really care if you drank.
Well, I was done high school
at a certain age.
They were done parenting, I think. Me, anyway. They were busy.
Oh, this looks like one for me. Super short.
But I didn't do anything until after high school.
You didn't get in trouble? When's the first time you drank?
No, I did lots of things. I didn't drink, I don't think, until after high school.
When is the first time you drank?
I think when I went to college.
You didn't... Come on.
I had a drink at a party and I got grounded for 2
where you
weeks.
met me. No.
I met some boy that I should have stayed away
the
from.
first time I had a drink was in the summer of grade 10 and 11. Stop it.
Sorry.
You smell like coffee. You're so...
I'm sorry.
You're so... I don't know. Anyway. You should have got a right-handed mug. Look, that's how we started, is this mug
Do you think
is
if you know...
ambidextrous.
Do you think it's possible to speak... What if you're at a gathering?
So I do things with my left hand, right, but then I shoot hockey with my right hand.
What if you're at a gathering and you realize you have bad breath? Do you think that it's possible to speak without blowing air out of your mouth?
I don't know.
What if you talk?
But you shouldn't probably make a big deal about it.
Do you think it's possible?
I think worse things are going to happen to you today.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Have you ever been at a social gathering and you realize your breath is so bad?
No. Usually when your breath is so bad, you don't notice it. And You only notice it when it's a little bit.
Why isn't anybody talking to me?
Yeah.
Everyone keeps moving
There's
away.
so many things you can make a big deal about.
Okay, so the interesting thing to me is that
No, but ice cream scoops.
Do
you know how I knew about the ice cream scoops?
Just listen.
That are wrong-handed.
The interesting thing to me is that if I had come with you guys and had shawarma for dinner,
you'd probably be.
I would not be. This would not be a thing. It's only because
I think it's your maturity level that's making it a thing.
It's because I didn't have garlic. Weird, eh? If I was with you guys, I would be like, what a great garlic morning we're having today. No, it just smells like
mint, fresh, Listerine. You know how I figured out that ice cream scoops are the wrong
Do you want to read this one because it's so short?
Listen to me. You know how I owe you one, so I'm going to pick this one. Okay. You know how I know that there are left-handed and right-handed scoops, ice cream scoops with clickers? How? Tim Hortons. Making muffins.
I know. I worked at Laura Secord for a really long time.
But the muffins, we would use an ice cream scoop and scoop it, and it would come this way.
You can't scoop. No, you can't.
No, you have to scoop it that way.
It doesn't work.
The clicker has to go.
You can't.
So it plops it out.
So they discriminated against you. You should have filed a suit. They discriminated against right-handed people.
Injustice. You know what gets me emotional? That in any injustice.
Instead of quitting that job or not showing up like you did.
Does the injustice bother you like it bothers me?
I don't know. Probably not. No. I'm too self-centered.
I was adopted. whenever I think of injustice, like this left-handed thing, it's unjust. I'm angry.
It's way less unjust than it used to be. We're not getting beaten in school anymore, having our hands tied behind our backs.
Imagine not having to retrain your brain to go right-handed. Oh my goodness.
Obviously, you can do it.
Obviously, you can. You can do anything.
You can do anything.
You can do anything.
I am mediocre at everything.
Well, let's get our spirituality on and do our morning devotional, our morning meditation. And this one...
The Melody Beatty book, Language of Letting Go. It's a meditation on codependency.
Mm-hmm. Word up.
Which, for some reason, you also find super applicable to your life.
It is. Because it's a spiritual concept. Yeah. And you have the same disease that I have. Just weirder. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. All right. Healing. This is a quote by Josh Loth Lieberman. I don't know who that is. You should Google him.
I like how you shortened his name into a nickname, though.
Oh, Joshua.
Your bros.
Joshy. You should Google who he is.
I don't have my phone.
We should learn not to grow impatient with people's breath, with the slow healing process time. Oh. You should all work at a rehab center. Realize we should discipline ourselves to recognize that there are many steps to be taken along the highway leading from sorrow to renewed serenity. We should anticipate these stages of our emotional convalescence. Unbearable pain, poignant grief,
Amen.
Empty days, resistance to consolation, disinterestedness in life, gradually giving away to the new weaving of a pattern of action and the acceptance of an irresistible challenge of life.
Thanks, Joshua.
Thanks, Josh.
For the big words.
Big words. Recovery is a process. It is a gradual process, a healing process, a spiritual process, a journey rather than a destination. Just as codependency or addiction takes on a life of its own and is progressive, so recovery processes. One thing leads to another thing, as well as us get better. We can relax, do our part, and let the rest happen. Prayer for today. Today I will trust this process and this journey that I have undertaken. Amen. And I will be patient with others and their journeys.
One thing leads to another, and things, as well as us, get better.
One thing leads to... That was hard reading.
No, yeah. So one thing leads to another.
Because I'm left-handed.
And things get better. And we get better.
One thing leads to another.
Things get better. We get better.
As us get better.
Yeah.
Yeah. The promises of recovery.
I still feel a somewhat of a divide between of you not feeling that codependency itself applies to you.
Well, if you want to go definition,
that you cannot relate to having unhealthy relationships in your life.
Yeah, but what do they do to me? That's the difference.
You had no avoidance.
You can have unhealthy relationship with alcohol, but it doesn't do what alcohol does for me.
No.
And that's how. That's how you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Codependent traits can still apply to everybody. You aren't disqualified from having codependent tendencies or codependent traits or ways of relating to people just because you're a drug addict. There's lots of ways that people, whether they have substance issues or whatever, relate to other people in ways that aren't conducive for healthy relationships.
Yeah, and I would say that is correct, and there could be some spiritual sickness or some immaturity, but what do those things do inside of you? The same as alcohol. What does that do inside of me?
You're talking about something different, though. Like, I feel like that doesn't matter. Like,
what are you trying to say?
Well, I'm just saying that I don't feel that it's yeah, okay. Yes.
But anybody can have alcohol, like hard drinking alcoholic traits or moderate alcoholic traits. It doesn't mean they're alcoholic.
I'm just saying that people people who are alcoholic can be like very unhealthy.
So then the other neat thing that they said is it grows, and just like codependency takes on a life of its own, it's progressive.
Yeah.
So it's leading into something. A lot of times people that have a different reaction than someone like you would do something different in those relationships. Whereas somebody that is not alcoholic, they might actually stop drinking on their own because it's progressive, it's causing problems in their life. Where somebody like me, I can't stop. Because I have a mental obsession and I have an abnormal reaction that produces a craving for more.
You're being attacked by a fly.
I am being attacked by a fly. Get outside, it's cold. Go play, it's sunny.
One thing leads to another, and things, as well as us, get better.
Yeah, and that doesn't suggest that anybody that's not codependent has unhealthy or makes bad decisions in relationships.
Yeah, I just think I just noticed that as we read the book, you don't just think about codependency and apply codependency to your life. You go back and just talk about like addiction. And I was just curious about that. That's all. But I just feel like sometimes it applies to everybody. Like, I think that there's people that watch this or listen to this who might not be like, or realize that they're addicted to anything, but that these could really apply to them, these readings. That's all.
All right.
That's all.
No, agreed. Like, I can agree. I knew that. I just thought, yeah. No, I think there's a lot of things that we can all relate to, just because they're relational, or we get into trouble, or we're getting ease and comfort from things that rob us of our lives. And so I think like that level we can all participate on, and we have some sort of agreement. But I remember when I first got sober, I thought like anybody that drank had a problem with drinking. And it's like, I see people in early recovery that, you know, that say the same thing. It's like, well, you're an overeater, so you must have a food addiction. It just means that doesn't, this is exactly what it means. So just because somebody drinks a lot doesn't mean they're alcoholic. So then we would qualify them to go, does this happen, and does this happen? And so,
So you don't think that this book is just daily meditations on codependency as a broad spectrum? This is daily meditations for people who are addicted to codependency or addicted to adrenaline?
Yes, because that's what it says.
No.
That's exactly what it says.
No, I think
Daily meditations on codependency.
Yeah.
Like not a, like we could get the alcoholics ones.
I was just curious. That's all.
No, I think it's a great discussion. I hope somebody else continues it.
It's not a great discussion. I don't even know why I went there.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I hope everybody has a happy, great Saturday.
I think we're going to.
I think it's going to be great. And happy birthday to your brother, Johnny.
That was on Thursday.
Yeah. But we're going to celebrate tonight with chicken.
In a backyard.
Backyard party.
Chicken party.
Little blender. Little get-together.
Not a blender.
I don't
Socially
even know what
distanced
that is.
Gathering.